Everyone wants everything, especially in our modern day culture. And the logical result of this mindset is that people end up overinvesting their energies in the pursuit of whatever it is that they want. From an outside perspective, this makes sense because to get more, you must do more and be more. But our too much inclination towards this attitude has some consequences, especially in our everyday life. We start to overinvest in things even when we shouldn't, and it becomes a habit. The result of this is that we become overstimulated, whereas our quote unquote return on investment becomes extremely low, which eventually drives us to sorrow and despair. This is where the power of indifference and holding back comes into play. And this is not a justification for being lazy or apathetic, but in fact, it is quite the opposite. It is mainly about three things: A. Leverage, B. The willpower to hold ourselves back, and C. The conservation of energy for the right purposes. Let's take a look at some key areas where the power of indifference greatly applies. Money. Money is a construct that represents value. When someone has more of it, then it means that the person has more value. But in reality, most people don't understand this value and how money works. They spend money without understanding the fact that by spending money, they are losing value. Unless they're spending money on something that either makes them more money in the long run or on something that will add to their intrinsic value in some way. Being indifferent in the area of money means remaining uninfluenced by the temptations of spending money, especially where it is not worth spending. And while what it precisely means might not be the same for everyone, you can always feel that negative sensation in your gut when you overspend or spend badly. Love or emotional investment. I believe if you like someone, you shouldn't be afraid to tell them. But on the contrary, if you like someone to the point of losing yourself to them, then you're better off not letting them know. There are many reasons for this. If you let them know, it is highly likely that they'll lose interest in you. At worst, they can use your emotions to manipulate or take advantage of you. Also, being able to hold your love will increase your attraction and charisma, especially if you're a man. Keep in mind that indifference in love never means being disrespectful, whiny, or angry. In fact, these behaviors tend to lower your value even more, as they communicate not only overinvestment but also immaturity. Speech. We all want to prove ourselves, to be heard and understood by others. However, many people think the only way to do these is to speak more and more, especially about their own selves. But obviously, they only end up offending and being offended. Being indifferent here means speaking less and taking it easy. Good thing about that is you can communicate much more about yourself this way. Saying more while speaking less is an extremely charismatic skill. Also, the most important benefit of speaking less is that it makes you more smart and observant. Fear and limiting beliefs. Everyone has fears and limiting beliefs, but the only solution to these is action. By taking action despite our fears or emotions, we prove that we are greater than them. This indifference to our fear raises our self worth and makes us stronger. Food and sleep. This is where the ability to hold back can be a matter of life and death. The ability to stay away from bad food improves health and increases lifespan. Similarly, sleeping no more than 8 to 9 hours can help us become more effective and productive. The opposite of indifference is playing hard to get. And while not everything is worth playing hard for, you will inevitably find yourself in situations and arenas where holding back or not caring may destroy you. And you must play it hard to win or even to survive. You will only be able to play hard in such situations if you already have enough energy and will inside of you. And those you will only acquire by being indifferent.